From the great state of Texas, this is the latest episode of the ETX Rock Show. Nestled in the piney woods of East Texas, the ETX Rock Show delivers the stories and songs of talented artists of all genres, all styles, from the unheralded and unheard to the legends and beyond. We bring a passion for music and a drive to go behind the curtain with our guests. We focus on all artists, from LA to New York, Nashville down to Texas, and everywhere in between. ETX is our location, not a limitation. Now, as always, it's viewers and listeners like you out there that are our biggest support for the show. If you want to contribute to the show, please do so by donating to www.paypal.me/ETXRocks. And thank you for tuning in. Wherever you're tuned in, please hit the like, follow, and or subscribe buttons. And now, for another great episode of ETX Rock. Hey guys, Boston Chris here, and we're sitting here with Eli Tidmore from Athens, Texas. Now, if you're following along with the ETX Rock Show, then you know that Eli was on the show, episode 114, which is, it's been a while since we talked the last time, over a year, I guess.
Yeah, I think it was a little over a year ago, actually.
Yeah, I think you're right. And so, I mean, we're at like episode 233 right now, so we're almost over double the amount of episodes that we had done up to the time we met Eli the first time. And anytime we have an artist back on the show, we call those catching up episodes. And this is actually the fifth one of those that we've done. So this is catching up episode 5, only here on the ETX Rock Show. And basically the way this works is when an artist has new music or big news or a record out or a tour they want to announce or a single they're promoting, and they want to come back on the show, then that's what we do. We just kind of catch up with an artist and find out what they're doing. And that's no different than what we'll be doing here with Eli today. And Eli did bring his guitar, which is a huge treat because he's a hell of an artist. Tell us about the first song that you're going to play for us today.
The first song I will be playing for you today is called Reminder. It's the second song on the album. And it's a song that came in kind of late into the recording process. But I really enjoy playing it, so, you know.
Yeah, this is not a song that I remember the first time that we talked, so...
Yeah, it came along, like I said, pretty late. Because I'd moved to Tyler, which I'm actually in Tyler now.
Okay.
Athens. Yeah, I wrote it right after moving to Tyler around July or something. I went to a friend's wedding in North or South Dakota, wherever Sioux Falls is. I don't know. I can't.
South Dakota. I think Sioux Falls
Dakota,
is
there
in
we go.
South
One of the Dakotas.
Yeah. Don't hold me to that, you folks out there from South Dakota.
All the South Dakota watchers here.
Yeah, all 7 of y'all.
And it was like I had kind of like played around with like some guitar loops and stuff, and I just really liked kind of the beat it had going with it, and it was just kind of one of those songs that kind of just came together like that. So,
yeah. And so, guys, check this out, live and unplugged, only here on the ETX Rock Show. This is a song called Reminder by Eli Tidmore.
Yourself somewhere along the way. Did you take things and not knowing what you found? Well, baby, I can't stand these accusations. They remind me that I'll only bring you down. But everywhere I go, everywhere I look, there's something to remind me. The things I overlook, the things I can't rely on, of the way things used to be. sorry, girl, I should just stay away. To remind you that these things will bring you down. But I wake up in regret, yeah. I read these on my phone. I did not need to say that, 'cause everybody knows they don't need a reminder. The way things used to be. Oh, but everywhere I go now, everywhere I look, there's something to remind me the things I overlook, that I just got these reminders, and they just don't seem to leave. Oh, they just don't seem to leave. Just don't seem to leave. They just don't seem to leave.
All right, so we are back with more from Eli, and again, he was originally in Athens. Now you're in Tyler. So what motivated that move?
I guess just getting out of Athens.
Just needed a bigger scene.
Yeah,
or?
it's like it just
Was it music based? The idea behind it?
in a way, like the guy who produced or helped me, I call him the producer. He's my roommate. He helped me. Me and him worked on the album together. Solely. He helped me produce it, mix it, master it. So I think it was just kind of like moving in together and just trying to, a lot of stuff had happened and just trying to start new, start
Right.
fresh kind of, but not, go dive first into something completely different, so it's not too different. It's just
And I know when we talked to you the first time, the album was in the works already, and you really took your time with it. You didn't rush it, which I think is a smart move.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it was just, I'll never be fully satisfied with it.
Yeah.
But it was just a lot of, and a lot of it was just me changing as a person too.
Yeah.
Kind of, which I guess any artist does. But
Yeah, you definitely changed quite a bit as an artist.
yeah,
I think.
because I had the, I think it was recorded in the album as itself, it was, no work was done in any studio or anything. It was all just done on GarageBand on bedrooms.
Yeah.
Within me living in 3 different places, because I started on the album late 2015. So I'd had some songs written and I just moved back from Austin and I kind of wanted to get them out there because I'd been writing since I was 19 or something, which
Right.
I think my original track list, very few of them ended up staying on them. And I remember working on the song Background, which is on the album, and that I was living in a trailer in Athens, just trying to get back in life, trying to reinvent myself once again.
And the name of the album is Chameleon, just so
Chameleon.
folks out there know the name of it. And I mean, I've heard a lot of different things from you before about the meaning of the name Chameleon to you, so I'd love for you to tell people out there again.
It came, I remember I was working at a nursery in Malakoff. I was doing landscaping work, which if anybody knows me, that's what? But,
Atypical?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I remember I'd kind of had a somewhat track list of the songs and kind of the order I wanted them to go, and I didn't know what I was going to call the album or anything or what my goal with any of it was, but for some reason I remember watering these plants one morning and the idea, I like the sound of the word chameleon. It's a cool word.
Yeah.
I think, and the whole idea that originally the whole idea was that the songs were not meant to be on an album together, kind of because it's a lot of mixing of different styles, kind of.
Yeah.
It's very scatterbrained and all over the place.
Musical bipolar.
Yeah, if you will. So it came from that, and the idea just came, and we ran with it, and then here we are 3 years later.
Yeah. And I mean, you did mention that there's many different styles represented on this album, which I completely agree with, but that's what makes it great.
Yeah.
Where are those influences coming from for you? Because, you're still a young guy.
Yeah, well, lots of things, I'd like to, it's like one of my friends was telling me, like, the first 3 songs on the album sound like they could be their own, like, EP, and then it's like, it starts off very, like, the first song, Red Herring, is almost, like, kind of hip-hop-ish, almost, not really, but very kind of drum-heavy.
There's some Michael Jackson vibes in those first 3 songs,
too. It's very groovy, the first 3 songs, and then it delves into basically an acoustic singer-songwriter album, I say. Yeah. But, I think it's just a lot of me trying to struggle with what I want to be, who I want to be defined as, or, like, anything like that, so. And I think a lot of it was just kind of struggling with that, really, and trying to come to grips with what it was going to be, but I don't know.
So you're still struggling to find an identity musically?
Maybe a little bit. I'm always struggling with something, but I would say now that it's out there and I have like somewhat of a fan base or people that listen to my music and stuff, it's a lot harder to, struggle with that and just kind of be yourself, really.
And you mentioned your fan base. He does have a really cool fan base, and so how interactive are they with you as far as telling you what their favorite songs are and stuff like that? Well,
I mean, the cool thing about it is actually that so many people have like different songs because of the mixing of styles. Mm-hmm. But the favorite, like I did a thing on Twitter, which I love my fans on Twitter. They're very great.
Yeah.
They're very responsive and very supportive. I did a poll, or I just did a tweet asking, now that after like a month after the album being out, I just kind of asked what everybody's favorite songs were, and the cool thing was that people would come in and just each tweet or each reply or anything would be something completely different. Mm-hmm. One I wouldn't think of, but like kind of the main ones, which for anyone, Reminder song, Don't Forget, Heroes, Gene.
It's going to be a good feeling, though, when you put something out like that.
It is.
No, one song doesn't, like, take over the voting.
Right. And the funny thing is, it's, like, still my most popular song, I think, on Apple Music. And at least on Apple Music, I don't know about Spotify or anything. It's still, like, the single piece of mine. Which isn't even on the album, but I still think that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Just having
and I think you played that song the first time
I did. I played that at the last ETX.
Yeah.
Over a year ago.
Yeah.
So much can change, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I definitely implore people, if you want to know more about Eli and his backstory, definitely check out episode 114 of the ETX Rock Show. We talked to Eli the first time out in Bullard at Studio 333, which was a really cool facility, and we got to hang out with Eli for an hour or so. And so the first time it was over at Chad Malden's place. Of course, he's moved on to Gladewater now, and we talked pretty heavily about the album then too, and you mentioned a few of the songs that we had discussed the first time did not make the album, and some others did make the album.
Yeah, it was.
What was the process like for you, just deciding which songs make the cut?
A lot of late night indecisiveness, really.
Yeah.
I had the ones that I knew from the beginning that were, I knew Red Herring was going to start the album, and I knew Gene was going to finish the album. As far as everything in between, I kind of had ideas, like I wanted Fight This Thing to be before If You're Lonely, because originally the songs are in the same key. My original vision was like to have them like have this Pink Floyd like type thing where they go into each other, which would have been really cool, but ultimately just recording it.
That would have been tough to pull off.
Yeah, we never could have figured that out. So the album still would be like it'd come out like 2020. If we were trying to figure it out. Like I'd be still promoting here. I'd be
by that
promoting
point,
it. So, and I just had to get it out, honestly. But a lot of them came like Heart in My Phone, which is like the 7th song or something, was released as a single, and I didn't even intend to put it on the album ever. It just kind of got thrown in there because I guess 12 was like a good number.
Yeah.
And we redid Vienna which was my first single, we re-recorded it and did like a kind of an album version, just because I wasn't really super satisfied with how the single sounded, and things like that. So I'd had somewhat of a vision, but a lot of it kind of came in, like songs that came in afterwards were kind of the more popular ones, which Reminder came in late, 30 Seconds came in super late, Heart in My Phone.
And I have to reiterate to people out there who may be hearing about Eli for the first time that this album was done completely independently.
Yeah.
I mean, you would never ever know by listening to this album that it wasn't done in some major label studio somewhere. I mean, it's really, really polished.
Thank you. Well, shout out to Evan Lick, who helped me produce it. A lot of that is, we took a lot of time, meticulously going through, and everything was like recorded, because I did all the instruments and I did all the parts and everything, and so it was very kind of like building from the ground up kind of type process, which in the end I guess it helped it, but there's still lots of stuff I wish I could have done with it, but I'm very happy with how it came out.
This is your first album, right?
Yeah, first album, like besides some singles, first project or anything, so I'm happy with it. I'd say it paints a pretty clear picture of me, of where I've been the last 2 years or so.
Which is basically someone who loves a lot of different kinds of music.
A very weird guy. But I'm happy with it. People are happy with it, at least I hope so. And it's just kind of on to the next thing, really.
So I got to ask you the dreaded question for a singer-songwriter, and that is, what genre do you think you are?
What genre do I think I am? Well, I would say, at the end of the day, since I do write my own songs, singer-songwriter, but being such kind of a broad question that
it's an impossible question to answer.
It is impossible.
Like
some days I'd consider myself pop, which I'd like to say I do write pop songs. I'd like to write stuff that's kind of catchy or whatever, but what else can I say?
There's also R&B, there's hip-hop.
R&B, hip-hop, rock.
There's some soul.
Pop rock,
yeah.
Alternative, singer.
It's everywhere, man.
Yeah, it's a mixed bag, folks.
And yet he's got a single going for ads in Nashville as well, so apparently the country music community is also digging it.
Country music. Country folks like me. I don't know what I'm doing, y'all. But
it's when you moved from Austin to the Piney Woods is what happened.
Yeah, that's what happened. Came back from Little California.
So guys, we're really stoked to have Eli Tidmore here on Catching Up on the ETX Rock Show. The album is called Chameleon. You can get that at all your digital media outlets like Amazon and iTunes and Google Play, all of those different places. It's also located on Spotify, so you can listen to it there.
Okay.
Also, you can listen to it on YouTube. Which is where I jam the album as much as I can. It's a great project, and I'm hoping that Eli will consider making physical copies of this CD soon.
CDs are coming. I have all the means to get them. Really, the only thing that's holding it back is
money.
No, it's not money, actually. It's just I have all the artwork, but I need to get them in the right format.
Okay.
And a lot of it's kind of laziness. I've kind of been putting it off, but I have all the artwork, and it looks great. I just can't figure out the format that CD Baby wants me to get it in, where it's the right borders, and I don't want to mess that up, considering.
Yeah.
So a lot of it's just kind of laziness. I've been putting it on.
Well, maybe
they are coming eventually.
Well, when they do come, we would like to have a copy for our set here.
I will give you a copy. Do not worry about that. Yeah, I should have plenty made. So
yeah,
when that day comes, I will.
Cool.
I'll let y'all know.
So this is Catching Up, and you guys might know, and I think when we talked to Eli the first time, I'm not sure if we were playing games on the show then or not, but this might be Catching Up, but that doesn't mean Eli's going to get away without us playing a little game with him. So we're going to play some What the Heck with Eli. You guys don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back with What the Heck.
Hi everybody, this is Tyler Linnaeus, and I want to thank you for tuning in to the ETX Rock Show. Thank y'all so much.
All right, so we are back with Eli Tidmore again. The album is called Chameleon. I think the single is going to be "Don't Forget," which
Don't Forget. Yeah, it's like I guess it's the single. It's just kind of the one that's catching on.
That's the one that's making some noise in Nashville, right?
That is, yeah. As far as that goes, it's like on some kind of chart or something like that, some kind of fan voted chart. and it's doing good. I guess.
That's good. That's good. And I wonder
about
what chart it is. I'm going to look it up so that way I can put it in the description below. But we are going to play What the Heck with Eli. And Eli, the way this game works, I'm just going to ask you a few questions. It might be as many as 5 or 6 or 7. And some of these questions might be silly or stupid. Some might be deep. I just want you to shut your filter off and tell me the first thing that pops into your brain.
Let's go.
Sound good?
Let's do it.
All right. Number 1 of What the Heck with Eli Tidmore. You can choose anybody. Who are your celebrity parents?
Celebrity parents. Well, ideally, if I was a cool kid, I would say Kanye West and Kim Kardashian. But
Wow.
I'm not a cool kid, unfortunately. I guess I would say my celebrity dad. This is going to be really weird. My celebrity dad, I would say, would be like Roger Moore, which he's even dead now, but I like Roger Moore. He's cool.
Yes.
My celebrity mom would be. That's a tough one. Celebrity mom. I'm gonna go with the lady that's. I'm gonna say Marge Simpson from The Simpsons.
Wow.
Roger Moore and Marge Simpson.
Roger Moore and Marge
Only
Simpson.
they could paint this picture, folks.
That would be awesome.
I don't know. It's such a weird answer.
So would you be like, you'd be half animated then?
Right, I guess so. Maybe my album would be selling better.
All right, number 2. Now, have you watched Gilligan's Island at all?
I remember it was on TV Land when I was a kid. I've seen some episodes.
Yeah, I haven't watched very much either, but one thing that always got me was, like, they got stranded there, and they couldn't get off this island. So, like, all this time they're on this island, they didn't have the know-how to build a raft.
Right.
But they could build a radio out of coconut.
Coconut radio, coconut movie.
So why couldn't they build a raft? Where was the disconnect there?
You know, the logical side of me says because the show would have ended. But, you know, maybe they just really enjoyed being on the island. Maybe it was like a nice little utopia for them. But who's to say? I wasn't there. None of us were there.
I don't know either.
So
Just
the
made me
mystery
wonder.
of Gilligan's Island. You
Yeah.
know? What?
All right, number 3. What do you think Superman's changing clothes nowadays?
Superman's changing clothes. Well, that is a good one. I don't know. Maybe he goes to Kohl's and goes in the dressing room. He goes into Kohl's and goes in the dressing room and tries on a few shirts and stuff.
Are we sure that there's a Kohl's in Metropolis, though?
Maybe there's one hidden away off in the subways or something. I don't know. Or he goes in like Bruce Wayne's Bat Cave or something.
I think that's Gotham.
Yeah, he drives to Gotham, so it's like 45 minutes. 45 minutes, you know, to save a cat from.
You heard it here first. Metropolis is 45 minutes from Gotham.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You take the toll road. You know?
Wow. Okay. All right. Number 4 of What the Heck. Why do you think the chicken crossed the road?
Why did I think the chicken crossed the road? You know, that's the question that keeps me up at night.
Me too. That's why I asked you.
Why did the chicken cross the road? To get to the other side. I know that's the cliche answer, but, you know, what was on the other side was...
You sure it wasn't just to show the possum that it could be done?
Was it really done, though? You know,
Well, if the chicken is over there, then it could be done.
I guess the chicken won and the possum didn't. But, you know, maybe the chicken crossed the road because he saw something he really wanted, and he went for it, regardless of what everybody told him. You know,
Yeah,
so.
could be.
Kudos to the chicken.
Kudos. Kudos to the chicken, hashtag. All right, number 5. Now, you're a singer-songwriter. Now, you can pick any songwriter alive or dead to write your life story in a song. Who is it and why? And also tell me the name of the song.
The name of the song. I feel like the name of the song would be like I Hardly Knew Me. It would be written by... I feel like Bob Dylan always does really good like storytelling songs, or Neil Young. But if I wanted to do something like, or you know, I'd have Eminem do my life story. He'd do like a 6-minute stand type story.
Called I Hardly Knew Me.
I Hardly knew.
I
Eli
Hardly Knew
Tidmore
Me,
story.
the Eli Tidmore life story, brought to you by Eminem.
There you go.
Which is a little bit different than Skittles. All right, last one, number 6. You're dating someone new. What do you think is the appropriate amount of time to wait before going number 2 in front of them? Everybody wants to know this.
Going number 2 in front of them. I'd say like you have to do like the moving in process first.
Yeah.
You know, because I just.
Because you don't want to just do that at
I
like
just
a
can't
Wendy's
just
or
be
something.
like, yeah, you know, like just wait outside the door or put your earbuds in. Because like I would say you'd have to move in first, and like with my first girlfriend that I did that, it was like 2 to 3 years.
Wow.
And even then, I still had to close the door. But then, you know.
Was that logistics or just?
You know, a lot of
the
it's
smell?
logistics. You know, just the, it's just the principle of the
that
thing.
smell.
You know? Leonard Skinner knew what was going on. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
that's true. Okay, so that was What the Heck with Eli Tidmore, and Eli is actually going to play another song for us, and I'm really excited to show you all this one, because we don't do too many covers on this show, but this one is really, really neat. Tell us about what you're going to do for us.
This is LA Freeway, which was originally written by Guy Clark, but I always knew it from Jerry Jeff Walker, which was actually my first concert.
Yeah.
I ever went to. I know I was telling you that earlier.
At the Athens Rodeo.
Athens Rodeo, and I saw Jerry Jeff several times. I think I saw him in Green Hall once.
Wow.
Which was really cool. I think there's like I've got a picture of something. I'm like a little kid in a little Jerry Jeff cap. I think it's like me and my dad, like right up by the stage, and Jerry Jeff's like kind of looking at us, like, why are these people so close up here taking photos? Like, why is this kid sitting up here? But it is LA Freeway by Guy Clark, Jerry Jeff Walker. I guess so many people have covered.
And I love the spin that Eli puts on this song. You guys check this out. It's live and unplugged only here on the ETX Rock Show. LA Freeway by Eli Tidmore.
Pack up all your dishes. Make note of all good wishes. Say goodbye to the landlord for me. Sons of bitches always bore me. Throw out those LA papers. Molded box of vanilla wafers. Adios to all this concrete. Gonna give me some dirt road back street. If I could just get off of that LA freeway without getting killed in a car. Down that road in a cloud of smoke to some land, some land I ain't bought. If I could just get off of that LA freeway without getting killed in a car. Here's to you, old skinny Dennis, the only one that I think I will miss. I can hear your basement singing, sweet and low, the gifts you're bringing. So play it for me one more time now. Got to give it all that you can now. I believe every note you're playing if you keep on, yeah, keep on playing. If I could just get off of that LA freeway without getting killed in a car. Down that road in a cloud of smoke to some land, some land I ain't bought. If I could just get off of that LA freeway without getting killed in a car. Mailbox, leave the key in the old front door knob now. They will find it likely as not with everything that we have forgot. So, oh my lady, now don't you cry now. Love's a gift and it's truly handmade. Yeah, we got something we believe in. Don't you think it's this time we were leaving? If I could just get off of that LA freeway without getting killed in a car. Down I rode a cloud of smoke to cement, cement. I ain't bored if I could just get off of that LA freeway without getting killed or caught. Oh, oh, yeah. Oh, it's getting killed or caught. It's getting killed or caught. That's all it really is. Getting killed or caught. That's all I really am. It's getting killed or caught. Yeah, it's getting killed or. Oh. If I could just get off of that LA freeway without getting killed or caught.
Okay, so we are back with Eli, and again, the album is called Chameleon. You can find it at iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Amazon, all the places you can get.
It isn't on Pandora, but I don't
Boo,
know.
Pandora.
Boo, Pandora. Yeah.
Come on.
It'll be there eventually.
Yeah. I don't
just
think we're on
sad.
Pandora yet either.
Yeah.
Or
Who
Spotify.
cares about Pandora?
Yeah.
I
Screw
would
those
get on
guys.
Spotify. It's kind of
How do you feel
the one I
about
push.
Spotify?
I don't use it, but I know so many people use it, so it's like the main streaming one I push.
Yeah.
Or at least it's like the most used one of people my age, like people in their 20s and 30s, I would say. That and Apple Music, which I use Apple Music, but it's only because my sister has a subscription.
Right.
She has like the family plan, so I don't have to pay for it.
He's just jacking songs from his sister's account. You just start downloading music that makes her embarrassed.
Yeah, she's like, what is this? Like, as far as streaming services go, I know Spotify doesn't, they catch a lot of flack for not paying
Yeah.
for a lot. But, a lot of people use Spotify, and it's just kind of a good
It is a good way to find new artists.
Yeah, it's a good way for me to get out there, and like I've said, like, the album's only available digitally right now, and I can push it on Spotify and Apple Music are the two main ones. Like you said, it's on YouTube, which I guess would be another way a lot of people do listen to music.
Right. And if people wanted to follow along with your journey on social media, what would you send them?
If you want to follow me on social media, I would say probably the biggest one is Twitter. You can follow me at Eli Tidmore Music, at Eli Tidmore Music for Twitter and Instagram. Just Eli Tidmore on Facebook.
Yeah.
Those are like the big three.
His Twitter is on fire, guys, and
Twitter is
it's
lit.
a huge following.
Twitter
Yeah, it's
is
lit
poppin'.
like the street signs. in
Twitter is
Longview.
popping always. Don't worry about that.
Twitter is popping.
Twitter makes me feel like I'm making a difference.
You got to tell me your secret someday, man.
What can I say? If I knew, I'd write a book.
All right, so we've been sitting here with Eli Tidmore. Again, the brand new album is called Chameleon. Finally, a debut album from a great artist here in East Texas. He was in Athens, now he's in Tyler. If you're in the East Texas area, Eli is always gigging it up around the Tyler area. I know that he plays quite frequently at ETX Brewing Company and a lot of the restaurants and other breweries around town.
Here and there. I actually haven't done a lot of performing as much just the last few months. I've been, I guess, while recording the album, it was kind of I just kind of stayed home a lot and worked on it. But I've been playing a lot of open mics. Yamato's on Wednesday. It's always real fun. There's a lot of good artists you can check out. But
and you can find all of that information, his tour information, I know he puts out on Twitter. Lets people know where he's going to play. So the main one is to follow him on Twitter at Eli Tidmore Music. If you're hearing about us for the first time, you can follow along with everything we're doing. We're located on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at ETX Rocks. If you're watching on YouTube, please smash that subscribe button. That helps us more than anything you guys could do out there. And every subscription we get, it changes the algorithms on YouTube so that we're featured more in recommended and suggested videos areas on YouTube. So hit that subscribe button. That helps us out a lot. Wherever you're tuned in, hit the like button. Every single platform we're on has a like button, so hit that like button. If you want to help donate to the show and help contribute to the ETX Rock Show, we have set up a donate link at www.paypal.me/ETX Rocks. And we'll take Egyptian dollars, rupees, American money. We will not take pesos or drachma. Drachma, the exchange rate is ridiculous.
Wow.
You get like 3 of those for every $400.
Sorry for anyone using drama.
Yeah, I know. And as we always say on this show, we want to thank you guys out there for always supporting live music of all genres and all styles. And don't ever forget,
ETX rocks.
That's
always.
right.
Howdy, folks. This is Aaron Watson.
This is Bree Bagwell.
This is Jake. And this is Walter from Rocky Queen.
This is Curtis Grimes.
Monty Pittman.
This is Doug Supernon.
I'm Heather Little.
This is Rob Redwan.
Ho! Hey folks, I'm WWE Hall of Famer Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Hey guys, I'm Katie Lynn, and make sure to tune in to ETX Rocks with
Boston Chris.
Hello, y'all. This is Ronnie Millsap, and thanks for tuning in to the ETX Rocks show.
Tough guy. Ho!
Hey guys, we're Blacktop Mojo, and thank you for tuning in to ETX Rocks.